Have you ever felt that, by sharing your plans or your fears, they lose their strength? In a world where everything is shared, where every thought is posted and every emotion is exhibited, silence has become a revolutionary act. We have learned to seek validation in the eyes of others and to measure the value of our dreams by the reactions of others, confusing noise with truth. But the Stoics offer us a different path, a trail of reserve, introspection, and silent strength. They understood that what is most valuable is not what we show, but what we protect. Because true peace does not reside in constant exposure, but in the art of keeping certain parts of our soul only for ourselves. This video is an invitation to return to that forgotten wisdom and to discover that there is an immense strength in what we choose not to share. In the era of overexposure, Stoic teachings remind us that what you guard with intention strengthens you, and what you choose to keep quiet is, often, what most deeply defines your character. Prepare to rediscover the power of discretion with 3 essential rules to protect your inner peace. And the first of these rules begins by healing what happens within, freeing ourselves from the heaviest burden a human being can carry, the weight of resentment. Resentment is one of the heaviest burdens we can carry. It clings to the soul like a silent shadow, contaminating our thoughts and our outlook toward the world. The Stoics understood that holding onto a grudge does not punish the offender. In reality, it poisons the person who carries it inside. Marcus Aurelius used to say that, "The best way to avenge yourself is to not be like him who caused the injury." Within these words lies a profound truth. Resentment chains us to the past, while serenity is only found in the present. When we live trapped in what others did, we give away our peace to the memory of what we can no longer change. We feed the pain with reproaches that never leave our mouths, yet never stop screaming in our minds. For Stoicism, this is a form of slavery. It is allowing someone, with their mistakes, to govern our emotions from the distance of time. But breaking free is not about forgetting or justifying. It is accepting that what was, is no longer there. It is understanding that the harm received does not have to accompany you beyond the moment it occurred. Emotional freedom begins when you stop looking for an apology that might never arrive. The Stoic does not forgive out of weakness, but out of pure strength. They know that their peace is worth more than their pride. By renouncing a grudge, you recover something invaluable: control over your life. You are no longer a prisoner of what they did to you, but the architect of what you decide to feel. Ask yourself now, what story do you repeat in your mind that only serves to feed your pain? Today you can end that cycle. Not for them, but for yourself. You deserve to walk lighter and in peace. But remember that peace is not only lost by looking at the past, it is also lost by seeking the approval of others in the present. Therefore, the next step is learning to be your own witness, without depending on the recognition of others. We live in an age where external validation seems to be the only measure of personal worth. The approval of others has become an emotional currency, and many seek it as if their existence depended on it. But the Stoics invite us to a quieter and more powerful path. Epictetus said it clearly: "If you seek to be praised, you have made yourself a slave to those who can praise you." Recognition is ephemeral. But dignity is a treasure that does not depend on anyone's gaze. When we live waiting to be celebrated, we lose our ability to evaluate ourselves fairly. We become actors on someone else's stage, acting for applause rather than for truth. True growth occurs when you do good even if no one is watching. When you choose the right path simply because it harmonizes with your highest principles. The Stoic sage becomes his own witness. He knows when he has acted with virtue and when he has overcome his passions. He does not need to announce it, because his tranquility is born from duty fulfilled, not from external reaction. This freedom is only possible when you stop asking, "What will they think of me?" and you begin to question yourself, "Am I being true to my nature?" In that question, anxiety is transformed into dignity. We are no longer leaves in the wind of public opinion, but deep roots in the soil of our values. Ask yourself honestly, what would happen if you stopped seeking recognition and simply acted with integrity, in absolute solitude? That is where true freedom flourishes. However, protecting our peace consists not only of ignoring external applause, but also of knowing how to manage the noise that occurs within us. Many times, the mistake is not seeking approval, but allowing our internal doubts to become a spectacle for others. That is why our third rule teaches us the power of confronting uncertainty in the sanctuary of silence. Imagine a vast forest where each tree represents a doubt and every shadow certainty. The Stoics teach us true strength does not lie in sharing those shadows with the world, but in confronting them in the silence of our own soul. Constantly about our hesitations can strip the mind of its power. By exposing them, we place in the hands of others what should be an intimate and personal reflection. Stoic wisdom does not ask you to hide your doubts. It asks you to process them internally so that they do not control you. Every uncertainty you verbalize can multiply like ripples in a lake, disturbing your sanity. Great decisions should not arise from external noise, but from internal calm. The true challenge is not finding quick answers, but being able to coexist with doubt while maintaining confidence in your own judgment. It is not necessary to shout your fears to the world. The answer lies in that fertile silence where the mind, free from distractions, finds its own truth. Choosing introspection, you cultivate an emotional independence where your peace no longer depends on others giving you permission to doubt or move forward. The Stoics knew that doubt is not weakness, invitation to go deeper into yourself. Strength does not come from external validation. It comes from the ability to stand firm while you wait for clarity to emerge from your own center. Ultimately, forging your mind means learning to be your own refuge. We have seen how to release the weight of resentment, how to be our own witnesses without seeking applause, and how to embrace our doubts in the sanctuary of silence. Remember that, in a world obsessed with showing everything, what you do with intention is what ultimately makes you unbreakable. Do not seek to impress others. Seek to build a peace that does not depend on anything outside of your control. If these lessons have resonated with you, I invite you to subscribe and leave a comment about which of these rules you will start applying today. Walk in silence. Act with virtue. And let your character be your only message. We will see each other on the next path toward inner strength.